It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This Cleveland group has been getting things done. This is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. Well, guys, so much of what Kevin Love can do on the floor doesn't even show up on the stat sheet. One thing you often hear people talk about is his ability to throw the outlet pass. Have you ever seen another player, well, I know I have, as good as he is on the outlet?
Well, you know, Wes Unseld is the first name you think of.
That was the one in my brain, too.
The godfather of big men, Bill Russell, defined what it meant to be a good outlet passer. But you know what's funny, Ernie? I can't outlet the ball like he does, and I'm the strongest guy to ever play the game.
You're the strongest man that ever played the game.
I don't know why I can't do it.
Why can't you do it?
I don't know.
Why not?
What makes you the strongest man that ever played the game?
Because I ripped down 15 backboards.
Okay, well, that makes you the strongest man that ever played the game.
And you can't throw a pass like that.
No, not the overhead one. He has one where he does it from the chest.
Yes.
I can't do that one.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No.
Okay.
Well,
maybe it's a weak upper body.
There it is.
Ernie, look at this chest.
I'll just say this. Wes Unseld, I agree with.
Thank you.
I'll take my shirt off right now.
No, please don't.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue Bridge and the Mississippi River here in Minneapolis. A gorgeous scene. The Timberwolves look to take charge here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. With Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. It's a special night because we're sitting alongside former NBA champion, MVP Kevin Garnett. We're so excited to have you here.
How you doing, Kev, man?
Great. Now that you're here, this is terrific.
Man, it's good to see you, man.
It'll be the defending NBA champion Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And LeBron James is out. That is hard to believe. Out with the injury, he's going to be missed.
Yeah, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of the injury. We only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of that previous game, but now they sound sure about it, and hopefully we see him back on the court in less than a month.
Well, that's great news, especially for those of us who happened to watch what happened to him. I mean, it was shocking. You could sense definitely his frustration with the injury.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, you know sometimes it can be a problem when you have as much talent as the Timberwolves do on their team. And it's a lot of offensive talent as well. So are there enough touches for everybody? Now, Karl Anthony Towns says yes. He says, no matter what, we are all going to eat. There is enough food on the table for all of us. Kevin, this is always a problem for you, but we're going to let you eat first.
All right, D.A., not a problem. I ordered more than enough for all of us. And KG, you're retired from the game now, and you're stepping into the broadcast business a little bit now, aren't you?
Man, you see me?
You
know what? Area 21 is something that is authentic. It's me. I'm having a great time watching the games. It's really cool being a fan now. I can root for people I want to root for. I don't have to worry about preparing and who I'm a guard, and I'm getting the tea. So you know what? It's a great time. It's work. You know, it's not just you go on there and you have a bunch of fun. You know, we actually get some things done, and but we have a great time, man.
You're in that.
Hey, Kev, listen, watching you, being around you, you know, man, the great, rest in peace to Craig, you know, Ernie, Charles, all these great influences, man, has definitely helped. Not just me, but our younger generations of broadcasters, man. It's totally, I didn't see this being my lane, but I'm having fun with it.
Doing a great job. Look at Cleveland's starting group. Aldrin out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Iman Shumpert. Then there's Howard. T dishes to Butler. There's a screen. Towns, the screen. Shot off the screen. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Butler's got his first basket. Kevin, when you're talking about influences, you mentioned Chris Webber's name a lot.
Yeah, C-Web was kind of he and Stacey Augmon was at a time where I was trying to find myself as a player.
Search for a roadmap, maybe. Who do I most resemble?
Not only that, but just some direction. At the time I was a big who had handles, and if you know anything about Southern coaches, they don't want their big handling the ball. So you get the ball up to a guard or whatever. It wasn't until I got to Chicago to where the scouts or people were able to see, like, wow, this big can actually handle the ball. He has handle a little bit. And then my high school coach would actually make me bring the ball up to show off and showcase.
No kidding.
I hated it. I was like, oh, my God.
But look at what happened,
bring the ball up. And he knew that turning, I could handle it. I was like, oh, my God, I hated this. And he knew I would go and dunk him on. I was like, man, I don't want to shoot. He was like, no, bring the ball up. Anyways.
Kevin Love recognizes the space before he caught the ball, so plenty of room to shoot that ball.
Kevin, especially back in Minnesota, you have some Hall of Fame battles with a guy named Tim Duncan. Talk about what those games, what those matchups were like.
Tim is very crafty, man. Our battles used to just, especially as young guys, man. Young guys trying to establish themselves in a gritty league at the time, full of some older, dominant names at the time. Michael Jordan, Elijah Malone. The time where the forward position was a very, very tough position. But Timmy was one of them ones, man. Used angles very well. Was very long. Had a lot of counters. Very strong, and had an inner beast that people really didn't really talk about because you didn't really necessarily hear or see it. But man, he was one of the best, man. It's not by coincidence. He's one of the ones.
And Howard puts these dunks away so easily, especially when he's that deep in the paint.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Kevin, when you played, we all know how intense you were, how much you cared. That, to me, was the thing that you cared so much about the product, about your team, about the game. But some people have said that maybe there was a streak of you that was mean is maybe not the right word, but you were overly aggressive. But I don't know how you could have played any differently than that.
I call it dialed in.
What?
I like to think that if you're trying to accomplish something, then, I only know one way to accomplish something. You go at it with everything you have.
Yes.
You go to dominate it and take it over. You don't go at something like
Can't walk to the park with this game.
Not at all. And this game is full of talented elites. Night in, night out, you're playing someone that can typically go for 50 easy.
So true. Outside Teague. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Cleveland. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And when everyone's working together, taking care of their roles, it just makes the game easier.
They not only had the right strategy, but they were very exact in their execution. And when the coaches call in the right plays, everything just looks seamless.
Now Butler. Jeff Teague missing from long range. Nailed from three-point land. Wiggins has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And, Kevin, you played for some great coaches, but is there any coach you would have been interested to work with that just didn't get a chance to? Say, Greg Popovich or Phil Jackson.
Those are great coaches. I've had very, very little time with those guys.
Maybe in all-star games and things like that.
I have. But, when you do all-star games, you let yourself go. You open up yourself to try to be there, be present with the guys. Yes. Open up, hey, what's up? What's been up with you? How's the year for y'all? Y'all playing well. We're going to beat y'all when we see y'all, blah, blah, blah. But, you're very cordial. And, you're not talking too much about X's and O's. But you do share perspectives. You do share, philosophies. Pop is a great mind. I had a chance to sit with him a couple times. Phil's a great mind. Phil's super deep and loves the philosophy of. I haven't had a lot of time with those guys. Doc Rivers, shout to Doc, and I know he doesn't get a lot for his philosophies, but he's very enriched with philosophies and styles and bringing teams together and trying to make sure that guys stay connected, stimulated. He would always tell us, never get bored with the process.
Wow, that's so intriguing. Interesting to hear. Now, Wiggins, after a Amon jumper missed from long range. 4 on the clock. Butler kicks to Teague. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Holmes can't get it to go in. Cleveland's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. And, Kevin, you've recently gotten a chance to do more TV. Your show, Area 21, has been tremendous, and the critics love it. Talk about this chapter of your career.
Well, it was something that I wasn't planning on, but, Turner brought me a great concept, and it fit the mold of what any man cave is, and that's really what it is. But the fact that we can go in, watch games on multiple channels, see multiple games, articulate it, give it from a perspective of a player, coming fresh out of this generation of players, giving understanding to this generation of players is very important, because these players now are very different. Teaching these young players, still being mentors of these players, very important. And still loving this game. It's still a beautiful game. Man, the game is growing. I'm watching these kids do all types of different stuff, man. That the creativity in our game now is so heightened. So, yeah, I'm having a bunch of fun, which is one thing I never forgot, the piece of advice you've always told me, man. So you continue to enjoy what you do, and it'll show. And I'm hoping that I'm making you proud of that, Kay. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, man.
You're an incredible ambassador to all of those things. The game, the fun of life. You capture a lot of the fun of life.
I'm trying, man. I'm enjoying it, so hopefully it shows.
Hard to deny many of the skills that Dwight Howard brings to the floor on a nightly basis. Not just a force on defense, but has those nights on offense where he can be imposing as well.
He hits the second from the line. Hey, Kevin, when you play with Andrew Wiggins, you saw firsthand just how explosive he can be. What impresses you most about where he is right now and where he could go?
Man, Andrew's potential is through the roof. I've told him this countless times that when he wants to, he can. There's nothing that he can't do. It's just about his consistency and how he sees that. I told him that the world is his. I've yet to see a player in our league that has the athletic ability that he has, mixed with the IQ and being able to be players on both sides of the ball if he wants to. This kid is super long, he's fast, he's deceptionally fast. Like, I don't think people know how fast he really is. Great shooter, has a great IQ, not a good IQ, a great IQ. I told him, man, I would like to see him with a little more oomph in his step. But if you know Drew, he's laid back. He's super cool. He's smooth with it, and his game reminds you of Steve Smith and when Smitty used to, rock people to sleep. He has a very good patience to his game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Evans comes in for Wiggins, and Tyus Jones subbed in for T. So nice passing by Cleveland here. Dishes it to Noel, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. And Kevin, do you think you gravitate towards those young players because you were in their shoes at one time as a very, very young player in this league?
A little bit, but more importantly, I see him. I see it in him. I see that if he pushed through a little bit and,
You know it. You spot it.
Absolutely, yeah. Because you know what you see in young talent, you see it when it's there. When it's right in your face, like, holy, here, go get a rebound, put it back, dunk the ball, steal it, dunk it, come back down, and then be like, I often wonder how much Drew is actually stimulated. He gets bored very easily, but when he turns it on, he is one of the best and is going to be one of the best in our league to come.
Kicks to Towns. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Kevin, it's been said that some guys hated to play against you. Is there someone you hated to play against for whatever reason?
No.
You enjoyed every jump?
I enjoyed every competitor because on the offensive side of the ball, I was always challenged when to use counters or what type of moves I was using. I took a lot of pride in having a variety of moves for different types of defenses, and each guy is going to bring out a different side of the offense in you. And then turning around and then being that defender and being able to guard the post player or the post or whatever the post player was or whatever. Rasheed Wallace was always a tough guard. Tim Duncan was always a tough guard. Zach Randolph was always a tough guard. Chris Webber, Dice, Karl Malone.
Great names. And he gets it to go. Kevin, growing up watching the game of basketball, who were some of your earliest influences?
My early influences in the game of basketball was Magic Johnson, obviously Michael Jordan, within Chris Webber. Chris Webber, Malik Sealy was kind of like the younger generation of my inspiration. Yeah. St. John's was one of the destinations. Michigan was one of my college destinations. So those guys were my natural inspirations early on when I was young.
And it's so easy to admire Jimmy Butler. I mean, creative at making the D hit him there. on the way up.
Both good from the line that time. Kevin, you were always known as wanting to play and always wanting to practice. You were a gym rat. What did you do when a coach would ask you maybe to take a break? Let's sit out this game. Let's rest up. Would you welcome that? Would you just say, I'll let you know when I can't go? Or how would you handle that situation?
You know what? I've always asked the coach to respect the way I get ready for games. I've always asked him to respect the way I approach the game. I've always asked the coach to respect me and my expertise of knowing my body. I'm very, very vocal. Listen, if one person needs rest and it's me, I know how to raise my hand. I know how to say I need some rest. But, you know, I'm a person who likes to push through a lot of things. I'm a person who understands rest, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm a person who understands that practice makes perfect. And if I can work on something for as long as I can to make something better, because I know at the end when I need it, especially when I used to call it dial up. When I call, I need the answer.
So it's Minnesota now. The Cavaliers making the shot. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. Kevin, of all the people you've faced, who is the toughest guy for you to score against? Down low, let's pick that geography. Who is the toughest to score against down there?
Listen, I know a lot of people. I've always said Rasheed Wallace. I've always said Tim Duncan. They're probably the two that brought a different level of play out of me. But shout to Cliff Robinson, man. Cliff Robinson, I don't know if people know this, but Cliff Robinson, man. Cliff Robinson was one of the better defenders in the post. He was very strong. He was very long. He didn't go for any counters. He was very disciplined.
You don't want to forget about the athleticism of Butler. Just a sick slammer of the basketball. You can't allow him to get to that launching pad.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Shoots a 3. Doesn't go for him. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, they really had a breakdown, I thought, in that third quarter. Just got a little too lax, didn't take care of the basketball, and going from being in total control to handing it over like they did, never a good feeling.
Rubio, the pass to Hart. Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. Cloud of smoke has people standing on their feet.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
The Timberwolves have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And he knocks down the first one.
And Butler does so many things well. I mean, shoots a high percentage from everywhere, and a gritty defender. He does it all.
Brown is checked in for the Cavaliers. Rose comes in for Troy Daniels. Noel sets a screen for Rose. Passes it to Noel. The shot missing. Evans with some nice D. To the inside. Noel dishes to Brown. Here's Rubio. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Rubio's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Cleveland. Here's Jones. Here's Butler. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Ricky Rubio picks one up.
You just can't fall the Butler shot fake. And once he has you up in the air, he is really skilled at drawing the foul.
And so Butler nails both of them. Rose with the ball. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Minnesota holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be right back after this. And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in and night out. But they do. I have to learn to cope with that and still find a way to be successful on both ends of the floor. And it's a learning curve for me also, but I'm figuring it out.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player, and if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, we've got Rose. Nerlens Noel is out there with the chosen one. Then it's Ricky Rubio. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. And Ricky Rubio is such a unique player, one of the league's most intuitive playmakers. Defense is right there, but can you win in this league with a point guard who cannot create his own offense?
Listen, first off, shout to Rick DeRue. That's my dude, man. No better point guard in our league when it comes to understanding pace. If you want a point guard who's rugged, who's going to fight for everything on every play, what he lacks in other things, he makes up in effort.
Well said.
A lot of times, man, I'm not going to take the most skillful. I'm going to take the one with the most heart. I'm going to take the one with the most grit. And you know what? At the end of the day, he's going to have the most heart to take that big shot. Shout to Rick DeRue, man. That's my dude. Shout to Rick DeRue.
Outside Rose. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Noel with it. Vonleh on him. Just 5 to shoot. On its way from Rose for 2. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. And Kevin, there was such a whirlwind around your trade to the Celtics from the Timberwolves. What were your thoughts and emotions at that time?
You know what? Being in Minnesota at that time, it was very difficult for me. I didn't necessarily want to leave. I had a goal to bring the city a championship, and I felt like I could do that. Nothing worse than when you have to deal with the reality of change. I'm not the one for change, even though I do know in order to process or progress better, you have to embrace some change. So with the help of my friends from Chauncey Billups, Teron Lue, I sat and I thought through it with those guys who had been through the trade process and talking to me, getting me to understand my options. And once I understood all my options, then I just, it was about what was best for me and my family.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot to consider. And Kev, you had a voice in where you'd go from Minnesota. How did all that play out?
I sat with my wife, and we all kind of went through it, and we thought Boston was the best situation. Paul and I had great bones and great history that I don't think the world really knew. We have been knowing each other since 14, 15. I played with each other younger, and I had a chance to play with Cole, but that really didn't go through. A lot of people don't know I had a chance to play with Steve Nash also, but I wanted to play with Stoudemire, and that wasn't the case. So I decided to go to Boston. Ray and I knew each other from South Carolina. And then, the Rondo piece was a huge piece for me. I had followed the youngster in his first year and just watched his growth a little bit, even though I was in the Western Conference. And then when I got to Boston, I knew they had good pieces like Kendrick Perkins and Tony Allen. I wasn't aware of the big baby piece yet, and then I wasn't sure on the Posey part. And then all of a sudden it started to come together, Eddie House, and then all of this. And
great names.
Just all alphas, all guys able to stand up and speak for themselves and be articulate, and all different facets, and very similar facets of who we are personality-wise. And a lot of people just don't know that team there. I don't think another coach could have coached that team other than Doc Rivers.
Wow. The Cavaliers trail by 13. That's a pick by Love. Out left to the wing. Well, the fans out there watching this, Kev, can you talk about why it's so incredibly difficult to win an NBA title, to become a champion? Why is it such a tough process?
Well, just imagine having a goal and you're not pursuing the goal by yourself. Say just say you and somebody else.
Relying on somebody else.
Relying on somebody else, okay? So let's just say you and someone are doing something, walking up a hill. Y'all getting ready to go walk up a hill. Well, the speed in which you want to walk at might be different from the other person. And what you realize about when you're trying to reach any goal is that you have to be connected. You have to be understanding of, we're going to walk up here together like at this speed, like this, or we're going fast, we're going slow. It has to be a great level of communication and understanding. At the same time, you have to have the same work ethic because you have to understand you're together. And you don't get to go at this level and leave someone behind. You have to actually, if you got to pull them, if you got to keep up, whatever it is. All this goes into trying to win.
It sure does. That's right. T kicks to Towns. On the wing, Evans launches a three. Love grabs the board. Love's got 3 rebounds now in this one. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Kevin, when you entered the draft, no player had made the jump from high school to the NBA in 20 years. And what were your emotions when your name was called number 5 overall?
Oh, man, I remember that. It was
17 years old.
17, just turning 18 at the time. I was in like a whirlwind, to be honest. A lot of people don't know it's a lot of stuff that goes up into the draft. You know, things that I wasn't aware of. You're training twice a day. You know, you're trying to get ready for the combine. You're trying to get ready for pre-draft. You got to do workouts. This is all new to me. On top of still going to high school, trying to, you know, graduate and stuff. So I figured it out. I hustled and I bustled and I juggled a bunch of different things. But once your name is called, it's almost like the culmination. It all comes together. It's a special moment for just you and your family and your loved ones and ones around you. And when my name was called, it felt like the world had stopped and everything was going very slow.
Kevin, over the years, we've seen a number of super teams develop. And in the Warriors' case, it's not the big 3, it's the big 4. Is this a trend you see continuing? You did it in Boston.
Man, look,
you were the original big 3.
It seems like it, eh? You know, right.
You were the original big 3.
You know what? It's like an innovative type of thing, right? I didn't even know that we were doing that. Right, because LeBron come back and do what? LeBron goes to
Miami. He's the big 3 right down there.
And then what? Then it just starts morphing into these different things, right?
KD to Golden State.
Right. Yeah. Oh, man.
What do you think of that?
I think this is pretty much the norm. You know what? Listen, I think KD took a lot of heat for it, but when you really think about what he's doing, is that, I say 20 years from now, he sits back and he wants to talk to Steph, he wants to talk to Draymond, he's talking to Clay. These are all going to be 3 greats with him. I'm just talking about those 3 guys. He's playing with 3 other greats. I'm sorry. If you had a chance to play with 3 other greats in the prime, Kev, you're going to do that. And if you don't, then something's wrong with you.
Towns, the pass to Evans. Nice D from Rose.
Well, the defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup.
Kevin, with intentional fouling, with poor free throw shooters being sent to the line currently, the hack of Drummond, hack of Shaq, all this stuff, hack of DeAndre Jordan. What are your thoughts on all that?
You know what? I like it. You know what it's going to do? It's
part of the strategy?
It's going to put the strategy, and this is part of it. And you know what you got to do? It's going to make all those guys you just named work on their free throw. Because if any advantage that you have in the game, coaches are going to expose it. Coaches are going to expose all weak points, as they should, as any sport, and as any great is going to expose any weaknesses in defenses. He's going to look to expose those things. So this is one of the things that dictates the game, and these guys are going to have to be better. It's going to push them. It's going to make them better players.
Here's Baldwin, covered by Wiggins. Here's Howard. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Howard's got 4 points this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Kevin, some of the relatively new rules protecting players, the breakaway, the flagrant 1, the flagrant 2. Are you in favor of all this stuff?
I'm in favor for players' health. Anything that is going to be detrimental to a player's health, I feel like, players' health is the first and only obligation. That's all I've ever worried about. Foul play, I think every player should always understand it's a way to foul. It's a way to be able to, send a message. But in the heat of the moment, I get it. Things happen. But just I hope that all players out there will continue to, to care about and respect the game.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Shumpert's checked in. This one for 3. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Kevin, coming out of high school, you were relatively mature for your age, at 17 turning 18, but do you ever regret not trying college and just seeing what that experience would have been like? I mean, it's such a long time ago, but you've had some chance probably to get some perspective on both sides of that story.
You know what, Kev, I look at it like the unknown is the unknown. Obviously, I've had friends that went to college, some of my best friends went to college, and I think I've kind of lived it through them a little bit. Listen, when you have responsibility early in life,
which you did,
which I did,
yes.
And so from a mature level, things that interest me are not that interesting as you get older, especially when you have to deal with a vigorous schedule of an NBA schedule. I wasn't able to, be the 17, 18-year-old, to chill, have, lean on the parents a little bit, be able to be at home, coming home through the weekends. I had a real life that I was responsible for, and I was growing something. I was building something. I was trying to not just be a young player in our league, but a young businessman wanting to establish something for myself, my friends, my family. You can't do those things thinking like a normal 17, 18-year-old. You're taking pieces from grown men around you all the time. You're around people who need something all the time. At some point, you have to put all this together, and you have to make it work for you. And you have to put your spin on it for how it works for you and your brand. And you have to be innovative with that. You have to be creative with that. You have to have a vision.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot to consider. Kevin, what a lot of fans don't get to see is all the work players do behind the scenes at home, before games, after games, on off days. Can you talk a little bit about that? Getting your body ready from the end of one game to play the next game. I mean, I've seen it, but you talk about it.
Yeah, the wellness starts right after you stop playing. The minute you come off the court, you're iced. You got to do progressions where right after the game, you shower. Obviously, you got to get massages. You got to get some type of wellness on your legs, just because you're running so much. People don't know that you have to lift weights. When we was in Boston, we lift every other day. We had a strenuous strength program. Shout out to B-Do. Brian Dew, who's our strength coach up there, never let us get a day off. And if you didn't lift weights, then we find you as a players. Players find you. Because it's important for you to come in here and be strong. We need everybody to be as strong as they can be. So you have to lift. And then actually, you practice. But after practice, you have to put time into your own personal game.
Right. So much goes into it. It's amazing. Towns, the screen. Wiggins from outside. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a three in the first, nothing in the second.
To the middle, and stolen by Wiggins. Over Shumpert. They get it back. That shot misses. The Cavaliers trail by 15. Screen by Howard. Shumpert in the corner. Here's Baldwin. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. KG, I know you can't stay any longer. You've got to move on, but we appreciate your time, and it's always great to see you.
Kev, anytime, man. It's great to see you, man. Anytime you need me, you let me know, man. I'm yours.
Former MVP, Defensive Player of the Year and champion, Kevin Garnett. And, Brent, it's amazing that our introduction to KG was just this high school kid from Chicago, and before that, from South Carolina. So unrefined, undefined, and now, he has just so much wisdom to impart. He's learned so much. It's wonderful to listen to.
You think about Kevin Garnett, Kevin, and the fact that he played more than half of his life in the NBA. And for a guy like that to pick up some sort of knowledge, to carry it on and to pay it forward, that's the kind of loyalty and enthusiasm that Kevin Garnett always shows for the game of basketball. Yeah, he's had bad first quarters before and has dug himself out. Here's another one tonight.
T kicks to Towns. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. The 15-footer. Another miss by Towns.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot. Well, he's got both height and length, and that time showed them both.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for Minnesota. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jeff Teague. Jeff, they grabbed the lead on you guys. How were you able to grab it back?
Came back in and just started playing harder. We know these are some crucial games for us right now at home, and we just got to go out there and try to get wins.
Well, we'll see who grabs it last. Jeff, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. What a start it was for Karl Anthony Towns. He had 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 steal. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
I love the way they're getting after it in the paint. Moving bodies, attacking the rim, scoring at will. Sometimes teams try to hurt you with the 3-ball. They went right for the heart of the defense. Look at them to keep pounding it inside and staying physical.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, you live by the 3 and you die by the 3. And today, Ernie, they're dying. And as cold as they've been behind the arc, they keep firing from deep. What are you doing? I know they got a lot of ground to make up, but they can't continue with this game plan. Not working.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters and some change, he's got a double-double.
Well, it's an impressive performance thus far, but it goes beyond just his ability. Right now, he's just simply outworking the opponent.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. The Cavaliers trail by 14. We see it so often. A player will languish in one system, then flourish in another. Brent, during your 14-year career, which coach's system fit you the best, you think?
Well, I think my years in Seattle, we opened up the offense a little bit and had the opportunity to play more of a point off guard. But I also enjoyed the structure of what Greg Popovich's system in San Antonio offered up as well. It's always interesting, Kevin, with players who are languishing on benches for other ball clubs, how general managers start to assess whether that guy can be part of something great if they were to bring him in. I had the opportunity to play for a lot of great coaches and thought that I mixed up my game enough to make it a long career.
Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Holmes, and it's Towns in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Baldwin can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 11. Here's Butler. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Holmes got 6.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Cleveland moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. A nice shot by Baldwin.
The defense a step slow. You can see the results.
Minnesota's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Butler got a hand on it, and he gets it back. And he gets the bucket. He's got 18.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Out to Shumpert. Launches it. Trains the 3-pointer. Shumpert's got it back down to single digits for the Cavs.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
Pass to Butler. From 13, number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
That's a pick by Love. Sinks the triple.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Now the feed to Howard. Here's Shumpert. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. And now it's only a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Teague dishes to Towns. And he just jams it right over Dwight Howard. Oh, my goodness.
That was like a morning paper for Jeff Teague. Makes a great read and swings the ball around for a clean look at the bucket.
And that replay is sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. Butler with the steal. And Teague has it in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Cavaliers trail by 7. Back to Shumpert. Love outside. That's a pick by Love. 5 to shoot. Baldwin the pass to Howard. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Back to Teague from 12 feet out. Drained for 2 points. And it's a 9-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, the ball whips around and finally gets to Jeff Teague, and he lets it fly. Just a terrific shot.
Here's Baldwin.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
Well, if I had a calendar, I would have circled this one. But I love it when they get together. Last year, they split the 2 games between them, and I'll bet their battles are just as tightly contested this year.
Conley's checked in for the Timberwolves. Tyus Jones comes in for Jeff Teague. Howard kicks to Brown. Here's Towns. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Towns has got 24.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
They double him with Wiggins. Here's Baldwin. Covered by Wiggins. Here's Howard. Oh, and the dunk by Howard.
Yep, and that's where Howard does most of his damage, Kevin, on the roll. No one wants to try to stop him or get near him or slow him down on a direct line to the rim.
Timberwolves leading by 7. And the Cavs' big 3 completed with the trade of #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins to Minnesota for Kevin Love. Brent, if they had to do it all over again, you still think they make that trade?
Absolutely, Kevin. They brought a championship to Cleveland, a drought of 54 years, and Kevin Love was a big reason why they got to the top of the mountain. So I would absolutely make that trade.
On its way from Rose for 2. It's rebounded by Towns.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Rose against Jones. Over in the corner, Brown. Love kicks to Baldwin. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Now Jones. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Towns, the screen. Butler kicks to Towns. Kicks it out to Jones. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
There's just no excuse to leave someone that wide open. Communication breakdown.
Here's Baldwin. He's got 19. The kick out to Rose. Off target from 3-point range. Timberwolves leading by 13. Jones dishes to Vonleh. Outside Butler puts it up from 12. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
The tenacity, the attention to detail. It's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
Tyreek Evans is checked in for Wiggins. Cleveland also making some changes. Noel's checked in for Howard. The chosen one comes in for Kevin Love. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Brown. And Noel kicks to Rubio. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Rubio's got 8 points.
At least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
Here's Towns. It's rebounded by Baldwin. The Cavaliers trail by 12. They set the pick. Down low. Goes up off the pick. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. That one is on Towns. For Cleveland, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6. We often talk about how players have evolved over the years, but Brent, what about strategies on both sides of the ball? Where has that evolved?
I think the last 5 or 6 years, what we're seeing is definitely on the offensive end, more of a European style of basketball where we have passing, off-the-ball cutting, multiple times where the big comes out of the hole, which is the post-up area, Kevin, to the top of the key to be a conduit from both sides of the floor. That draws the whole line of defense up and creates opportunities behind the play. If we go to the defensive end, Kev, that's all about switching. Versatility on the defensive end comes from switching, swarming defenses, and that's where teams are trending to go.
Jones with the screen on Rubio. Jones kicks to Towns. Kicks it out to Evans. Here's Butler. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got 4 assists in the game.
And it's clear why Butler is a top-tier talent. Just remarkable at draining difficult shots.
Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut to just 9 points on the basket from Baldwin.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks. And right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
Down low, Towns with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Butler. Oh, man.
And everyone knows Butler is a lockdown defender, but also terrific at coming up with steals.
Now the pass to Baldwin. To the inside, Towns with the steal. Jones kicks to Towns. Evans outside. Vonleh down low with his first shot attempt. That one wide left. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Baldwin. Nailed from three-point land. Baldwin's got 10 points here in the second half.
You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
Here's Butler. Hangs in the air, and Towns finishes inside. Towns has got 6 in the quarter.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Yeah, this team would be in some bad shape, guys, if he wasn't scoring like this right now.
The Cavaliers have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Rashad Holmes, he's checked in for Minnesota. And Cleveland also making a change. Daniels is checked in. Timberwolves leading by 7. Outside, Jones. Pass to Butler. Over Daniels. And it comes off the front of the rim. Cavaliers shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Butler on the way. Butler can't get that one to fall.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Minnesota's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. And it's Evans missing.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
Here's Baldwin. He's got 29 points. Rubio, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And it's now only a 1-point Timberwolves lead. Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. There's a screen. Back to Jones. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's Baldwin. 2 on the clock, and the serious dunk to finish it off. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Timberwolves trail on the court for Cleveland. The chosen one out there with Iman Shumpert. And there's Nerlens Noel, and it's Daniels in at the shooting guard. The basket counts, and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
And Butler just can't be stopped. I mean, even when the D knocks him around, he keeps his focus on the basket. And watching Jimmy Butler, he just offers so much on offense from a scoring standpoint. You know, obviously he can get to the rack and draw the defense to him. Also really improved his ability to knock it down from beyond. Just a complete offensive player.
And Greg, as you said, Butler is a threat to score from any part of the floor.
It's a bit of a dying art, though, hitting that mid-range jump shot. Butler also does a great job of getting to the line. That's increased over the course of his career. Just a well-rounded offensive player.
And here's Jones. Holmes, that's a screen. Outside Teague. Shot clock at 5. Yeah, the step back. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Timberwolves lead by 2. Guarded by Holmes. In the corner, Daniels from deep. That shot off the mark. And Minnesota now the other way. They led the game at 1 point by 20. And Butler, here we go. Unloads from 9. Kept alive, Minnesota. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Troy Daniels. And that'll be his third foul so far. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Wiggins is checked in. Kevin Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. Here's Butler. He dishes it to Vonleh. Holmes kicks to T. Holmes, that's a screen. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Here's Butler. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got rebound number 5 here tonight. It's a pick by Love. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Vonleh. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Teague, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
It's just a great job by Jeff Teague to get himself to the free throw line and nail that one.
And really one of the quickest guards in our league. Jeff Teague just puts tremendous pressure on your defense when he's attacking the paint.
And Cleveland making a change here. Howard's checked in. And the book on T, Greg, is to make him an outside shooter. You don't want him getting to the rim.
I mean, he's a good finisher around the rim. His outside shooting, although streaky at times, not bad, but not great either.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
On the wing, it's rebounded by Cleveland. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Out to the wing. And here's Love for 3. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Timberwolves leading by 4. T kicks to Vonleh. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Love is an accomplished mid-range shooter. He's someone you just can't let get comfortable at any point.
Teague, the pass to Wiggins. Outside Butler. The dish now to Teague. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. 6 to shoot. Another miss by Minnesota. Cleveland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Minnesota gets called for the foul.
Think about Kevin Love coming into the NBA as a post player, eventually becoming a player that shot over 500 threes in a season. Now a great floor spacer and very effective rebounder.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up.
Kevin Love, such a versatile offensive player who can pass, who can shoot with range. I like him looking to score inside to get himself going, and that's the way that the offense has tended to go. First quarter seems to belong to Kevin Love.
Passes it to Holmes. Feeds it to Wiggins. It's deflected, but he stays with it. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Anthony Towns checked in for the Timberwolves. Anthony Towns. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Inside, and there's the pass to the chosen one. Buries it from three-point range.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Outside T. And stolen by Love. Now Cleveland moving it up. Here's the chosen one. That's in there. Love with the assist. Now it's a 5-point Cleveland lead.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Towns the screen. Here's Wiggins. And just miss after miss right now.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
And Teague has it in the corner. Here's the chosen one, covered by Wiggins. From deep, another 3 for Cleveland.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
T kicks to Towns. Over Howard. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly.
T kicks to Butler. Goes up on the wing. And that one hits back iron. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Over to the left wing. Pass to the chosen one. He feeds it to Shumpert. Passes to the chosen one. 5 on the clock. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Minnesota's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Minnesota calls timeout. Brent, you have 2 championship rings. Some guys would kill for 1. Talk about a season where you thought you would capture a title, but for some reason it just wasn't meant to be.
It's interesting, after the 2005 championship in San Antonio, coming back in 2006, I thought we were destined to get the job done that very next year. And it's funny how slight the difference is between a championship season and just a contending season, Kevin. An injury, a bounce, a foul, a free throw. It makes you appreciate the fragility of what a championship season is all about.
Well said. Baldwin, who's checked in for the chosen one. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Teron Lewis, he talked with the team, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got them going, guys.
Wiggins inside the line. They grab their own miss. Basket good.
Great patience on the block, elevating with ease and then sinking the close range shot over the top of the D.
The Cavaliers leading by 9. T covering. Love outside. And Shumpert kicks to Baldwin. Dishes to Howard. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Shumpert, no good.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
Teague, the pass to Holmes. Holmes, that's a screen. Teague kicks to Holmes.
Well, when you have a PG like Jeff Teague who can run that pick and roll perfectly, it's certainly a luxury. Nice pass there.
Cleveland's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. Howard dishes to Love. Off target from outside. Timberwolves trail by 7. Towns kicks to Teague. Towns the screen. Pass to Holmes. Now the feed to Butler. And he banks in the layup. Butler's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And at times, there's just no defense for Butler. He's a talented scorer, especially when he gets deep in the paint.
Lets it go with a 3. Good on the 3-point shot. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Wiggins. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
To the paint. Love kicks to Howard. Head falls. Great assist by Love. And it's a 10-point Cavalier lead.
Got to admire how well Love is playing on the offensive end, realizing that one of his teammates is open, so get him the ball.
Towns the screen. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Butler's got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, the rest of the team has looked pretty bad tonight, but he's done a fantastic job of scoring the ball and carrying the load on offense. So good at picking his spots. He always knows exactly what the team needs from him offensively. That's why they hold the lead.
Towns the screen. T kicks to Butler. Here's Towns. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Towns has got 28.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Here's Baldwin. Covered by Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And he's been hitting from out there. Defensively, you're going to have to change some things up.
The classic catch-22 guy right here. If you key in on him, you're going to open up other opportunities for his teammates to have good looks.
Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Teague covering to the inside, and Howard has it in the corner. Love outside. From past the arc. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Butler's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And there's the call on Howard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Butler passes to Towns. Teague dishes to Wiggins. Here's Butler. Here's Holmes. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
You saw by that putback there, he's just completely locked in. They're getting full contributions from him right now.
There's 1:17 left in the game. Here's Baldwin. Love outside. There's the pass to Baldwin. 6 to shoot. It's a pick by Love. Off target with his 3.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Love with the screen on Wiggins. Down low. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Love is looking to get to the line. He's a great free throw shooter, so the defense has got to avoid fouling the big man.
Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
Tons of credit there on the focus level to stay calm in a huge moment, and he ices the game.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're trailing by 9. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And the wide open shot from Evans. Nailed from three-point land.
That's a nice job, Kevin, of just maneuvering his body around the pick so that Evans can rise up and score.
Rose in the post, defended by Jones, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 8. And the Timberwolves call time. They trail by 8. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the Timberwolves with possession here. T kicks to Evans. Timberwolves passing it around. Connects! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And it's obvious that Butler is a star in this league. An amazing performer. And this is a guy who lives for these moments.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, a solid trip to the line there to help extend the lead.
T kicks to Butler. And a miss there on the triple. The dish to Brown. Now here's Rose. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Kevin, congrats on the win. Are you guys gaining confidence, and what are you figuring out?
Just that we need to continue continuity. We really need to pick it up on the defensive end. Offense, we can get whatever we want really at any time, but the defense is where we're going to need to get better.
That is somewhere where you have to tighten up, Kevin. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time.